In every great tragedy, there's always that one moment, that one single point where everything just pivots, and there's no turning back. In Romeo and Juliet, it's not some big sword fight or a brawl in the street. Nope, it's a quiet, late night conversation. And that's what we're going to zero in on today. The exact moment a wedding is planned that pretty much seals everyone's fate. I mean, it sounds totally backwards, doesn't it? A family is supposed to be in mourning, and somehow the solution they come up with is to throw a wedding. This is the truly bizarre logic we're about to untangle. And trust me, getting your head around this is the key to understanding why the whole play spirals into tragedy. So, the scene kicks off with Lord Capulet talking to Paris, who, remember, wants to marry Juliet. And his very first words just set the tone. It's all apology and chaos. He's basically saying, look, things are such a mess right now, so unlucky that we haven't even had a moment to, pitch you to our daughter. All right, so let's really picture this. It's late on a Monday night at the Capulets' place. You can just feel the grief hanging in the air. Paris has swung by to see how everyone's doing, but let's be real, he's also getting a little impatient. And this little late-night chat is about to change absolutely everything. And right here, this is the massive misunderstanding that pushes the whole story off a cliff. Lord and Lady Capulet, they see their daughter sobbing her eyes out, and they just make the most logical assumption. She's completely heartbroken over her cousin Talbot's death. Makes sense, right? But as we all know, it's completely, totally wrong. Lady Capulet says this, and it's such a strange and powerful line to describe Juliet, but what on earth does mewed up actually mean? Well, the term mew actually comes from falconry. It was the cage where they kept birds. So this image is perfect. It shows just how isolated Juliet is. Her parents literally see her as being locked in a cage with her grief for Tybalt, unable to see or talk to anyone. So Lord Capulet sees his daughter mewed up like this and decides he's got to do something. Anything. He figures that a huge, happy event is the only thing that can shock her out of the sadness. And this panicked thinking leads him to a solution that isn't just a bad idea, it's a fatal one. And there it is. He completely bypasses Juliet and makes what he himself calls a desperate tender. He's not asking her, he's offering her. And his choice of words here, well, it tells us everything we need to know. See, he knows this is a huge gamble. That word desperate says it all. This is not some carefully thought out plan. It's a panicked, impulsive move from a father who feels like he's losing control and just wants to fix this problem, his daughter's grief, right now. And just listen to the confidence here. He goes from, I think she'll obey, to I doubt it not, in like a single breath. He has absolutely zero doubt in his mind that his daughter will do exactly what he tells her to do. And that assumption of total control, that's the engine that drives this whole tragedy forward. It's so clear that everyone in this room is running on their own agenda, and none of them have anything to do with Juliet's reality. Capulet wants a quick fix. Paris wants a wife. And Lady Capulet, she's just kind of there, backing up her husband's play. Juliet's actual feelings aren't even on the table. So once the decision is made, the speed of it all is just shocking. The ticking clock of the whole tragedy officially starts right here, in this room. Honestly, this moment would almost be funny if it wasn't so terrifying. Capulet is so swept up in his own impulsive plan that he sets a wedding date for Wednesday without even knowing that today is Monday. He is literally planning his daughter's entire future on the fly, in a complete rush. He just laughs, realizes Wednesday is only 2 days away. So with barely a second thought, he just pushes it back one day. A Thursday, let it be. And just like that, it's done. Juliet's wedding day is decided, arbitrarily, by 2 men in the middle of the night. The pressure here is just immense. The whole plan is cooked up and finalized in a matter of minutes on a Monday night. Juliet gets ambushed with the news on Tuesday, and by Thursday, she's expected to be walking down the aisle. It's an unbelievably fast timeline. And this, right here, is why the scene is so powerful and, honestly, so painful for us watching it. Because we know something that the people on stage don't. It's a classic literary tool called dramatic irony. This is the heart of it, laid out plain and simple. You've got 2 completely separate realities happening at once. Their reality, Juliet's mourning her cousin. Our reality, she's mourning her husband, who just got banished. They think a wedding to Paris is the cure. We know that's impossible because she's already married. And get this, she's married to the guy who killed Tybalt. It's a catastrophic mess. And that gap, the space between what they know and what we know, that is everything. It transforms Lord Capulet from just a concerned, kind of controlling dad into the architect of his own daughter's destruction. His solution is the absolute worst thing he could possibly do. So as this quick conversation wraps up, a fuse has officially been lit, and there is absolutely no turning back from the decision that was just made in this room. And one last little detail really shows you where Capulet's head is at. He insists on a small wedding. Why? Because he's worried about appearances. He doesn't want people thinking they're celebrating so soon after a death. So it's all about perception and control, not about his daughter's well-being. And with that final command to his wife, the deal is sealed. The plan is in motion. And that word, prepare, is just chilling. It's not ask her. It's not convince her. It is an order. The decision is final. 3 days. That is all the time Juliet has from the moment this plan is hatched until she's supposed to be standing at the altar. In that impossibly tiny window of time, this one quiet scene creates an inescapable trap. It backs Juliet into a corner where there are no good options, and it sets in motion all the desperate plans, the sleeping potions, the missed messages that lead to that final heartbreaking moment in the tomb. And really, it leaves us with this one big question about what Lord Capulet is doing. In his own mind, he's saving his daughter from grief, but from where we're sitting watching this whole tragedy unfold, it looks pretty different. Is this a father acting out of love, or is it an owner exercising his authority over his property? That's the question this scene just forces us to wrestle with.